Okay, hold on, let me get this flipped around. Oh, always so close, right? Alright, here we go. Okay, this update is mostly for Jenny and Brandy because we are wanting to join the adult braces club, and I went to my Invisalign appointment yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to use a little cute tripod thingy. And I said I would update you guys, and I'll never do it any other way. So, for random people, I'm sorry, this probably is not interesting to you. It's about adult braces and then the cost and all of that awesomeness. But you can ask questions if you want. So, this all started the day I began periscoping, and I watched myself back, and I was like, oh my god, I can't stand how crooked my teeth are. So, what did I do? I decided I'm going to find out about Invisalign because I need braces now to fix, like, that. Okay, so let's just be real. I don't like it. It doesn't make me happy. So, on Friday I called and I got an appointment, and then I posted about it on Facebook, and there's tons of my friends, and they're interested in this too. So, I went to my consultation on Monday, and I promised that I would update on the costs, everything I learned about it, and all of that kind of stuff. But I kind of ended up having a very unexpected meltdown related to like self-image and identity, and I was not counting on like an internal crisis. So I did not update yesterday. I am going to do it really quickly right now because my husband's on the way home with Chipotle after a horrible day that I will update about tomorrow because I can't even talk about it. 6 hours. Side of the road. Tire place. It was awful. Anyways, okay, so I went to the appointment yesterday for the Invisalign. Joshua got checked out. I got full x-rays. I went to Dr. Jolly in Trophy Club, and the consult was free. All the x-rays were free. All of the stuff was included. We went through everything. Hold on, my son is texting me. No, Michael, Joshua, you can't do Wii right now because Tori's using the gamepad. Sorry. The regular one, yes, on silent. Sorry, that's my got the full x-rays and all that. We went through the stuff for Josh. He's 10. We don't need to start him on anything. That's all fine. And then we start on my consult. We've done all my x-rays. We're sitting down, and the doctor starts looking very nervous. Do you know the look on a man's face when he's terrified he's going to say the wrong thing and you're going to flip out? This was the look in his eyes when he starts talking to me about my options with braces, and I was a little bit confused at first, like why does he have this like look? I'm sorry that there's like light and stuff behind me. Because I know that look, like we've all seen it in a guy's eyes when he's like afraid, like his wife says, does this make me look fat? And you see the look, okay? So keep in mind, like I've already picked up on this. And he says, okay, so we've got a couple of options for you. Have you ever noticed that when you smile, you present, and I just cut him off. I was like, I have a gummy smile. I have big gums right here. See, lots of gums. And I said, yes, I've always been very aware of it, and it's not something I love, but it's something that I've come to kind of like accept. He's like, all right. Well, what about the fact that when you turn to the side, your jaw is set back, and therefore you have an overbite. I can't even do it with my fingers. I give up. And have you ever noticed anything with your jaw? And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm one of those people with like a Persian cat face a little bit. Like, you know, like I'm a little bit smooshy. I get double chin really easy. I'm not showing y'all. It's not going to happen, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I said, actually, I've noticed all of these things about my jaw and my smile and all of that. And he looked a little bit relieved. He's like, okay, all right, well, you have a perfectly normal smile that served you well for 30 plus years. So I don't want to give you any issues. I'm like, well, thank you very much. Just go ahead and tell me whatever you want to tell me. So he explains that very nicely, and my freak out later was not the orthodontist's fault. He's awesome. He was very sensitive. my jaw up here is actually too long, which is why when I smile like this, my gums show. And my jaw is too short here, which is why it's set too far back, and I can get double chin too easy right there, does that. And then that's why I have an overbite, which I kind of have appreciated my overbite for the last couple years because it hides where my wisdom teeth have made these bottom teeth really crickety, and I don't like it. And then, see, but then these started, anyway, it's a mess. So he starts explaining to me that all of this is correctable. And all that I would need to do is go ahead and get regular braces, and then they can go in, and they showed me these little quick videos that were like kind of computer animations of how they do the different jaw surgeries. Made me a little bit queasy. They would go into this bottom one, and they would like cut and extend and use brackets to move it forward. And they would come into here, and they would take a slice out of up here, and then when I smile, it would be perfectly lined up. More brackets, more like, whew. It was like not bloody or anything, but something about the way they were like showing the jaw just being sliced and diced freaked me out. I kept it together, and I said, you know, I will take that information. I'll take the referral. I may decide to look into it. I said, is this like what Bristol Palin did? And he said, that's a really good example. And that's when I knew that like I had the before and afters right in my mind, because I remember having taken note. She had a more of a round face, as I do, and then all of a sudden she had a chin and a very heart-shaped face, and it was a very drastic change in her appearance. So then he tells me about the Invisalign, and so I have 3 options. I can do full-on braces, jaw surgery, and be absolutely like perfect afterwards. Or I can do Invisalign, or I can do clear braces. Invisalign or clear braces, they're the same amount of time, they're the same amount of money. Here it's $5,400, and there's no through our insurance, Brandy, we have the same insurance. There's no adult orthodontic benefit, so it's all out of pocket. We can use flexible spending. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's a lot, but we don't have any major medical expenses right now, and it is use it or lose it money, so that's an option. Invisalign could correct everything without even getting my wisdom teeth out. I do have wisdom teeth in. So those are my options as far as Invisalign. The way they do their financing at that place with braces, they just break it down into 24 no interest payments. It's like 200 and something a month, 24 months. It's very cut and dry. With Invisalign, you have a $1,600 down payment that they're willing to break into 2 months, and then you pay out like $190 a month for the remaining time. The reason they do that is because Invisalign demands the entire fee for the Invisalign right at that first one. So that's why you have that first down payment. So that's kind of a little bit trickier, but still not totally like impossible or anything like that. So that was the information about the braces. Not going to be totally weird as far as like if I did Invisalign, I wouldn't have any brackets on my teeth. You have to wear them for 22 hours a day. You have to take them out before you eat or drink anything other than water. Brush your teeth before you put them back in, or you can get staining. None of us. Oh, a heart. Is that you, Kendra? Who sent me that heart? So that was the Invisalign information. I left there almost like numb, and this is where it goes out of like the information about Invisalign and dentist stuff and goes into my meltdown. It was really odd, and it was not the doctor's fault because I have issues. Left feeling like if my gums showing when I smile and my jaw being set back is correctable, that means there's something wrong. You know what I mean? There's something wrong with me. These things that have kind of bugged me through the course of my life, it's like all my insecurity latched onto those really quick for the rest of the evening. And I was having a really hard time processing. My first inclination was, well, yeah, I should just do it. And that lasted like 10 minutes on the drive from the orthodontist to Aldi to get chocolate. I needed dark chocolate. So we stopped. We got dark chocolate. Me and Joshua. And I called my mom and I talked to her and I just thought about the fact that, you know what, that's really, really permanent. Slicing your jaw and moving it forward, slicing your jaw and taking out a piece so that it's all perfect, it would alter my physical appearance greatly. It would be, I mean, frankly, prettier. Like, it makes you prettier. If you look at before and afters of this jaw surgery, it makes you hotter. I didn't know how I felt about that. Do I want to need jaw surgery to be prettier? Because you can say there's medical stuff. Some people have medical reasons why they would do this surgery. I didn't, though. It would purely be cosmetic, even though we would like put a medical diagnosis, you know, we would put medical stuff behind it for the jaw surgery. Truthfully, it'd just be to have the smile I want, or that I might want, and then the jaw thing. Did I want to do that? What if I didn't like it? What if I didn't feel like I looked like me anymore? Would I be okay with having surgery? I don't know. I just was tripping, just totally tripping. Decided I did not want to do it there at Aldi talking to my mom. Realized I did not want jaw surgery. Didn't want them cutting pieces out. I didn't want them doing things that would make me prettier, like just to do it, you know, beyond just straightening my teeth. So I was like, okay, I'm fine. Then, like 4 hours later, it hit me. Like, this overwhelming feeling that I need that jaw surgery. And I started going back through my pictures on Facebook, and I started picking myself apart, and I started like trying to imagine what would I look like, looking at before and afters of these jaw surgeries, and just like having this meltdown and this like internal crisis of well, maybe I should be prettier. Like, maybe I should have my jaw fixed. Like, I don't know. It was wild. It was crazy. It was really bad. Thankfully, I have really good girlfriends, Tiffany, Sarah, and Heather that I texted. And they were able to call out my crazy there for a second. Everybody needs people like that in their life. Call it out and be like, that's nuts. You want to get your teeth straightened? Get your teeth straightened. If the thought of doing this surgery and fixing the part of where your gums show when you smile makes your heart really excited and you get happy, then you know what? Think about it, pray about it, see if you've got peace. But if this is just something latching onto all your inner yuck and just propagating all the darkness that's already there, then you need to shut that down and you need to shove it away. And when I read that, it rang really true. You know, it's group text because that's what we do. That's what it was. It was totally inner yuck. It was totally insecurity. It was that thing inside of me. I don't know if it's in everybody that always just wonders, am I going to be good enough? Do I need to do more to be good enough? And I've got no problem with wanting to straighten my teeth. There's all kinds of reasons to do that. But definitely decided I'm not going to do the jaw surgery. Definitely realized there's a lot more like talking to Jesus that needs to happen about like, man, that's pretty messed up to really seriously consider doing that when I had never, it's not something like I sought out. It's not like I needed to fix this or needed to fix that. But as soon as it was mentioned to me, to interpret that as, oh, there's something wrong with me, now I need to fix it. So that was my Invisalign experience, and that was my like meltdown. So I hope you enjoyed that.